Pterosaurs were flying reptiles that lived during the Mesozoic era, from the late Triassic to the end of the Cretaceous, around 228 to 66 million years ago. They are not dinosaurs but are closely related, belonging to the Archosaur clade. Pterosaurs evolved a wide range of sizes and forms, with some species having wingspans as large as 33 feet, while others were much smaller. Their wings were formed by a membrane of skin and muscle stretching from an elongated fourth finger to the body, a unique feature that distinguished them from birds and bats. Pterosaurs had lightweight, hollow bones, which helped with flight, and many species exhibited a keel on the breastbone for muscle attachment, aiding their aerial capabilities. Their evolution included adaptations like diverse feeding strategies, such as fish-catching beaks, filter feeding structures, and toothless jaws, allowing them to occupy a variety of ecological niches. Some species had specialized crests on their heads, possibly for mating displays or species identification. These creatures are vital to understanding vertebrate flight, as their anatomy, evolutionary traits, and diverse adaptations offer insights into the broader evolution of flight in terrestrial vertebrates. Eudomorphodon was an early pterosaur from the Triassic period, approximately 230 million years ago. It is one of the oldest known pterosaurs, belonging to the group known as the Pterosauria, and provides key insights into the early evolution of flight. Eudomorphodon was relatively small, with a wingspan of about 1.5 meters, 5 feet, and had a distinctive, elongated skull with numerous small, sharp teeth, which suggests it may have had a diet consisting of insects and small vertebrates. Its wing structure, although similar to later pterosaurs, was more primitive, with less specialized adaptations for flight. The pterosaur's long, narrow body and tail, along with its unique, complex arrangement of teeth, set it apart from other early flying reptiles. Eudomorphodon's discovery in Europe provides important evidence about the diversity of pterosaurs during the early Triassic, marking it as a pivotal species in the study of pterosaur evolution and the origins of flight.
Pterosaurs was a small, early pterosaur from the late Triassic period, around 230 million years ago. It was one of the most primitive flying reptiles known, offering valuable insight into the early stages of pterosaur evolution. Pterosaurus had a wingspan of approximately 50 centimeters, 20 inches, making it much smaller than many later pterosaurs. Its wings were formed by a membrane of skin stretched between the body and a long fourth finger, a characteristic shared with other pterosaurs. Notably, Pterosaurus had a slender, elongated skull and a row of teeth, suggesting it was likely insectivorous, feeding on small prey. Its body was light and aerodynamic, with a relatively short tail, which would have helped with stability during flight.
Dimorphodon was a small to medium-sized pterosaur from the early Jurassic period, approximately 195 to 190 million years ago. Its name, meaning to form tooth, refers to its unique dental structure, with larger teeth at the front of its jaws and smaller ones toward the back, suggesting a varied diet that may have included insects, small vertebrates, and possibly fish. Dimorphodon had a wingspan of about 1.5 meters, 5 feet, and a stocky body with a relatively large head, short neck, and long, pointed tail, which likely aided in flight stability. Unlike later, more specialized pterosaurs, Dimorphodon had relatively short wings, indicating it may have been better suited for gliding or short bursts of flight rather than sustained soaring. It also had strong hind limbs and claws, suggesting it was capable of climbing trees and navigating rocky terrains. Fossils of Dimorphodon have been discovered in England, making it one of the first pterosaurs to be scientifically studied. Rhamphorhynchus was a medium-sized pterosaur that lived during the late Jurassic period, around 150 million years ago. It is one of the most well-known and distinctive early pterosaurs due to its long, pointed, toothless snout and tail, which was often depicted as having a distinctive, diamond-shaped vein at its tip. With a wingspan of about 1.5 to 2.5 meters, 5 to 8 feet, Rhamphorhynchus was relatively small compared to some later pterosaurs but was still an adept flyer. Its long tail and large, robust wings suggest that it was highly maneuverable, capable of controlled flight and possibly even gliding for long distances. Unlike other pterosaurs with larger, more robust jaws, Rhamphorhynchus had a delicate, narrow beak, suggesting that it might have fed on fish or small aquatic prey, often hunting in coastal or freshwater environments. Tapejara was a genus of pterosaur that lived during the early Cretaceous period, around 112 million years ago, in what is now Brazil. It is best known for its striking cranial crest, which was large, sail-like, and varied in size and shape among individuals. This crest may have served multiple purposes, including species recognition, sexual display, or aerodynamic stability during flight. Tapejara was a medium-sized pterosaur with a wingspan of approximately 4 to 5 meters, 13 to 16 feet. Its short, toothless beak and evidence from fossilized remains suggest it had a highly specialized diet, likely feeding on fruit, making it one of the few pterosaurs thought to be frugivorous or occasionally small prey. Tapejara lived in lush, tropical environments and was well adapted to both flight and terrestrial movement, possibly gliding between trees or scavenging on the ground. Tropeognathus was a large pterosaur from the early Cretaceous period, approximately 110 million years ago, known for its impressive wingspan of up to 8 meters, 26 feet. It belonged to the pterodactyloid group of pterosaurs, characterized by advanced flight adaptations. Tropeognathus had a distinctive, elongated skull with a prominent keel-like crest running along both its upper and lower jaws. This crest likely played a role in aerodynamics, display, or species recognition. Its jaws were lined with sharp, conical teeth, well suited for catching and gripping slippery prey like fish, suggesting that Tropeognathus hunted over oceans or coastal waters. With its strong, lightweight skeletal structure and massive wings, it was a highly efficient flyer, capable of soaring long distances while searching for food. Its fossils, discovered in Brazil, highlight the rich diversity of pterosaur species in ancient Gondwanan environments. Pterodaustro was a unique pterosaur from the early Cretaceous period, around 105 million years ago, known for its specialized filter-feeding adaptations. Fossils of this pterosaur have been found in Argentina, indicating it lived in prehistoric lakes and coastal environments. Pterodaustro had a long, curved lower jaw filled with thousands of thin, needle-like teeth that functioned like a comb, allowing it to filter small aquatic organisms, such as plankton and crustaceans, from the water, similar to modern flamingos. Its wingspan reached around 2.5 meters, 8 feet, making it a medium-sized pterosaur. Pterodaustro's unusual diet may have contributed to a pinkish hue in its feathers or skin, much like flamingos today, though this remains speculative. Its long hind limbs suggest it could have waded through shallow waters, complementing its ability to fly. Hatzegopteryx was a massive pterosaur from the late Cretaceous period, approximately 66 million years ago, and one of the largest flying animals to ever exist. Found in what is now Romania, it belonged to the Asdarchidae family, a group of pterosaurs characterized by their long necks, robust skulls, and terrestrial stalking behavior. Hatzegopteryx is notable for its enormous size, with an estimated wingspan of 10, 12 meters, 33, 39 feet, but it also had an unusually thick-walled skull and jawbones compared to other asdarchids. This robust anatomy suggests it was capable of handling larger prey, including small dinosaurs, in addition to scavenging and hunting smaller animals in its ecosystem. The fossils of Hatzegopteryx were discovered on Hayteg Island, an isolated landmass where dwarf dinosaurs coexisted with this colossal predator. Its size, combined with its adaptations for both flight and terrestrial hunting, underscores the unique ecological role Hatzegopteryx played as a dominant apex predator in its late Cretaceous environment. Pteranodon is one of the most iconic pterosaurs known from the late Cretaceous period, approximately 86 to 84 million years ago. It is famous for its large wingspan, which could reach up to 7 meters, 23 feet, making it one of the largest known flying reptiles of its time. Pteranodon had a distinctive long, toothless beak and a prominent cranial crest, which varied in size and shape between males and females, likely serving purposes such as species recognition or mating displays. Its lightweight, hollow bones and strong, membranous wings allowed it to soar efficiently, taking advantage of air currents over ancient seas. Pteranodon is thought to have been piscivorous, primarily feeding on fish, which it likely caught by skimming the water's surface or diving. Fossils of Pteranodon have been found in North America, particularly in what is now Kansas, an area that was once part of the Western Interior Seaway. Quetzalcoatlus was one of the largest pterosaurs, and indeed one of the largest flying animals to ever exist. It lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 68 to 66 million years ago, in what is now North America. Named after the Aztec feathered serpent god, Quetzalcoatl, this giant Azhdarchid pterosaur had an estimated wingspan of up to 10-12 meters, 33-39 feet, and stood as tall as a modern giraffe when on the ground. Despite its enormous size, Quetzalcoatlus had a lightweight skeleton with hollow bones, enabling it to achieve powered flight. It had a long, toothless beak and an elongated neck, well suited for a terrestrial stalking lifestyle. Evidence suggests it hunted like a stork, preying on small animals, scavenging, and perhaps even consuming baby dinosaurs. Fossils of Quetzalcoatlus have been found in Texas, providing a glimpse into its role as a top predator and scavenger in the ecosystems near the Western Interior Seaway.